Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another top altcoin video. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 coins that I think are going to pop off in the next couple of days. And the best point is, guys, these coins have not even hit the markets just quite yet. Now, even though this is in no way, shape, or form financial advice, I honestly think that a lot of people watching my videos will be able to make millions of dollars following these launches and participating in them. But I gotta also put a little disclaimer that it is pretty hard to get extremely wealthy with these launches if you're starting from zero. It is honestly a lot simpler, logically deducing, that if you have 10,000 bucks to go to a million than if you start from zero. It's definitely possible because of all the stuff you can get for free. But the stuff we are showing today mostly revolves around tokens that have not hit the markets just quite yet. And if you want to buy into those tokens, usually if you have a lot more money, you can get a lot more money out of it. So that's just the point I was trying to make real quick. Now, the last token that we covered on the channel was GGM. We got to buy into this coin for about 2.5 cents, and let's see, right now it is trading for about 25 cents, which means we got about 10x our money. So the max, I believe, for this project was we could put in 500 bucks. But again, guys, you can kind of still see, 500 bucks times 10, couple $1,000 absolutely for free. And usually we have about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 of these launches every single week. Can definitely add up. And sometimes, guys, we can make a lot more in one launch. As we've seen before, we made a couple 100,000 in some of our launches that I've shown on the channel. Now, here's our top 3 list for the next couple of days. The first token on my list is called Verve. So Verve is an interactive streaming reimagined, fueled by the Velos blockchain, so the first of its kind in that sense. Verve empowers a new generation of content creators, streamers, and viewers with a rewarding user-owned and future-proof digital entertainment suite. Now, I can tell you guys for a couple of hours as to why the idea is good, but it's really not that unique. Just being completely open and honest with you guys, it is not that crazy unique. It's just the first dude on the Velos blockchain, which is specific, and it's a very popular metaverse type of idea. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a little while, you'd know that I told you, if you get metaverse opportunities like this, try to look into as many as possible, because usually they do quite well. And here you can see they have an NFT monetizer where you can make kind of money off that in a farm way. They're changing up the way you view content, and you can basically really own it and get rewards from it. It's a really interesting concept of what they're trying to build. And a little bit down below here, we can see that the main reason we're buying into it is because they're joining the Bluezilla ecosystem. And you'll find a trend amongst my videos that Bluezilla projects tend to do extremely well. I joined the majority of them. Almost every single one of them has really given me a really great return, and I cannot speak for the long term for these projects. And I can also speak and say that there's a lot that I think about, like, all right, like why are you creating so many things? But I also understand the thought behind them and understand the potential, because Bluezilla has just been a beastly company the last couple of months here, and I think they're going to pop off yet again with Verve. What is the chance? I'm going to say there's an 80% chance this is going to be a crazy good launch. A 20% chance is going to be a mediocre launch. I think the probability of actually losing money on this exact launch, though, is nearly not there. But of course, guys, we cannot rule it out, as again, it's not financial advice. And at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen in the world of crypto. But I think this is a really good chance of taking it big. It's not one of my 100x gems, but a couple of my sources have told me that it really could be. So I'm looking forward to this one. And I think it's already launching tomorrow. Then we have DotPad. I'm just telling you guys about these. The reason I'm actually not showing more of the details about how to get in is because we faced a couple of problems before of people facing some sort of scams and some issues with actually getting in. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you the ropes. And then if you really want more info on how to buy in, make sure you limit on the comment section, and I will make specific videos on how to buy into every coin. But before I used to see a couple of problems surrounding that, and there's so many questions that pop off, that I'd rather just give the tokens that I think are worth it to buy and get into before launch. And then the people who know how to get into them, get in. And other people, they can look it up. If they're not capable to look it up, it might be best to sit by the sidelines, because these things are pretty risky if you don't know what you're doing. So my personal suggestion would be to do your due diligence, do some research, understand how these IDOs and whatnot work, and then you'll probably be able to easily figure out where to get them and where to buy them. If you've never used the Launchpad before, first look into how it works. Go through Bybit, read a little bit about how a Launchpad works. Why am I saying this? Because I can tell you everything and I really want to. But there's a high probability that you're going to be misinformed because it could not give you every single detail, or that you're going to make some sort of mistake and lose money. So that's why I'm doing it this way. If you guys want more details, I'm always going to forget something or skip something, so it will not be fully full. But let me know, and I'm going to try and make another video on how to actually get into them. But then you really got to put it in the comment section, and we really got to see some demand for that. Our token number 2 is called DotPad. Now, I don't have it open, but we've joined the majority of these pads that Bluezilla has launched, and none of them have given me less than a 100x, I don't believe. I think the minimum that we've gotten is a 240x or something like that. Maybe now, after a couple of months, it's come down a little bit. But generally speaking, if we put in $1,000, we get $100,000 back at least. For a couple other projects, we made way more than that, which has been amazing. And yeah, we had Meta VPad, which did a 1200x at the start. Right now, I think it's hovering at a 320x. PulsePad did a 400x or so at the start. Right now, I think it's hovering at 120x or so. And we had VeloSpad. I don't even remember what the X on that one was. And we have a couple of other crazy launches. Now, DotPad is next in line, uniting the Substrate, Kusama, and Polkadot ecosystem. So basically, it's going to be a launch pad for Polkadot projects, and there's a very high probability that this will have a crazy amount of demand. So this is again another 100x gem, where I basically am saying right now, if this token doesn't go 100x on launch, I'm going to be surprised. So I would say make sure you do your own due diligence into this. It has a higher initial market cap than the majority of the launches of this nature, so I'm a little bit sad about that. Usually they are more towards the 170 mark, which is a little bit nicer, of course, for more gains. Then again, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, as I still believe it's going to be a 100x gem. Be careful with the fall/cliff after the launch, though, and I'm not going to say that it's smart to actually try to buy in the first second. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but very often what we see is a structure like this, where it goes crazy pumps down for a little bit before it comes back up, and so most likely we'll see that with a lot of these projects in the near future. And then last but not least, for today, we have LaunchMyNFT. Now, again, I'm not too sure what the multiplier on this is going to be, but I believe it's going to be at least a 10x project yet again. For Verve, I'm kind of hoping for like a 20x. With DotPad, I'm hoping for a 100x. And for VLaunch, I'm hoping for, I guess I should say LaunchMyNFT, hoping for a 10x. It could literally be a 30 to 40, but I'm hoping for at least 10x, right? I'm still thinking it's going to be more towards the 25, but I'm going to say 10x as a baseline because you got to sometimes be better safe than sorry to not have crazy high expectations. So what it basically is they showed me a nice little demo where they basically showed me that it's a platform where you can make NFTs in like a couple of clicks, like and then it'll be everywhere with the launch of a couple of buttons. And basically what they said is the revolutionary new platform enables creators to launch NFT collections of any size or any media in less than 5 minutes. Need a randomized collection produced by like Bored Apes? LaunchMyNFT also has this feature, and it's all powered by the MyNFT token. It's a very smart idea. As of this point, looks to work very well as well. So I'm pretty excited about that and what they can build eventually with that. So I'm going to be sticking around, buying into it, and most likely will be involved with this more in the future. I think, honestly, if I were to go for an NFT launch, this would be the easiest way to do it. Just talking from my own experience, right? It looks very simple. Then again, I'm also not that experienced with NFT launches, so I cannot say how difficult it is on other platforms. But it looked really simple, and they said that they're the first to do something along those lines. Last but not least, guys, make sure you check out my Instagram. We are not really doing too crazy on followers, and there's a very long story about why that might be the case. I have a lot of memes on there and some personal content. For example, I saw the comment from this just now is rather funny. I sometimes amuse myself with what people like to write about these things. I think it is rather interesting. Let me see. I saw one of the most fun ones. Where was it now? I think somebody, unfortunately, I cannot find it anymore. Let's see here. Took his dad's key to make the vid. I thought it was pretty funny. So, yeah, sometimes I like to see what you guys write about that. You might troll me, guys. No worries. Don't worry about that. I always appreciate that. I always appreciate you guys commenting. And I'll see you all again in another crypto video later today.